What's going on, Legionnaires? Welcome to another episode of the Legion of Comic Correction, where we talk all things multiverse.
Is this the Legion?
Are you vegan?
Or is this the comic correction of Legionnaires?
Are you vegan, Logan?
I don't know.
Would you, if I put a steak in front of you right now, would you eat it?
Eat it.
Okay, we're good. We're in the right spot.
Space.
You're taller than me while sitting down. I'm pretty sure if I stood up, I'd still be shorter than you. So we're in the right space
right
here,
universe.
Because you're not 5'2", Harry.
I've lost another 5 pounds though.
And
it's not good.
Oh, nice.
But I don't think it's like I think it's muscle. I've
Did
been out of the gym for a week and a half.
Did it all go to?
I'm wearing running shorts.
I'm like, he's flashing me right now.
Yeah. Did it all go to a different
Not
multiverse?
jorts.
Oh,
did
no.
you?
5 pounds went to a different.
Is 5'2", 110 pound Harry taking my weight?
He might be. He might be
Siphoning
115.
your weight.
He's figured out a way.
He's been siphoning your protein, man.
Yeah.
Vegan Logan.
He's taking my gains.
Vegan Logan's
Yeah.
been taking all my steak food.
Well, I've plenty of articles of denim clothing have gone missing in my house. So I think Craig Jorts is to blame.
There it is.
Man, the multiverse is everywhere. And speaking of everywhere, it is in the theaters right now. Because Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has been released. When we were recording this, is about a week ago that it was released.
Go check it out.
You need to go watch it.
Also,
it's
spoilers.
Really fun.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers.
Don't
everywhere.
be a dummy. Spoilers.
Guys, if they're, come on. If
at this
people are
point-
on here not realizing.
Well, you know what, Logan?
Yeah.
They might be
Figure it
new.
out.
If
That's
they're
true.
new,
If you're new,
subscribe. Don't even
Check it out.
Don't even listen to the rest. You don't need to listen to anything.
just subscribe.
You don't even ever have to watch our videos.
Nope.
Just push the subscribe button because it helps our algorithm. It gets us in the loop.
Or you
Just push it.
could watch our videos.
I mean,
There's nothing wrong with watching our videos.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
They're all
we
right.
got a
Pretty
sweet
cool.
website.
So
pretty
we
cool.
talk about stuff sometimes.
We have a Patreon if you
Yeah.
want to check that out too.
Yeah, links down there. Click on that. They're right
Scan my
there.
shirt.
Yeah, scan
Scan
his
his
shirt.
shirt.
Scan it right now. Scan it. Wait,
Scan it.
straighten it out.
Yeah,
Straighten it out,
dude, that's
Harry.
not gonna work. There you go.
Scan it right now.
Scan
Scan
it.
it. And you could get to
Sorry.
our
Earthquake.
You could get
Cool.
to our
Definitely
website.
in the right universe.
I
He
think
almost
so.
knocked the whole table over.
Oh, bad.
We got to build that table extension so you can actually fit.
Right,
You're too
right.
big,
I
man. You're
do
like
not
a
fit.
giant. You're a monster.
You guys put me in the
Love it.
smallest corner
Yeah, well,
every time.
you know why? It's because
Everybody puts
we
baby in a corner.
You're just. It's because you out angle us all the
Yeah.
time. You just make us
It's all
look
about
so
them
small.
angles.
Yeah.
Well, we've got the store down in our link below, legionofcc.com. You can get sweet merch like that, sweet merch like that, and sweet merch like this. So
Yep.
get over there.
Real quick point. You had no points, no tallies
On the SKDA.
on the SKDA for sounding like a serial killer
Impressive.
on the
Just
last
saying.
episode.
Well, maybe that was Craig Jorts.
That might have been Craig Jorts.
I
Let's keep it.
don't really remember last episode.
I'm going to
so.
keep a closer eye on what's happening.
You
over
never
here.
know what I'm going to say. All right. So we are talking about Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. If you don't want spoilers, go away, go watch the movie, and then come back and listen to us because we talk about all the things we liked about it. So it's
the
just
bug.
a
No
regular
big deal.
comic review. Let's jump into it. We got our Carnage report. All right. So
Death. Oh. Death. I still want it to be chainsaw noises and
All right. Well, you're the sound dude, man. Get some chainsaw,
Get some
compilation
chainsaw
together, and
noises.
It's gonna be me at work.
Yeah, that's
What
true.
is Chappie doing?
He's just recording.
Don't worry about that.
He's
It's for
just
the podcast.
recording.
This is a little bit different than like our regular comic corrections because this movie is still in the theaters, so we don't have an
That's right.
actual
That's
number
right.
yet, but we do have ideas of where it's going, what it's got for its opening weekend.
To the
It's doing-
top.
Doing legit already.
Holy cow!
I know, it's kicking butt all across the multiverse. So Doctor Strange opened up last week on May 6th, 2022.
Wait, no.
Yeah, it did.
May 6th? We
Well,
went the 5th.
5th.
And it was
yeah.
out the
that's
night
what it
before.
does. It
I
does
know.
that. They say
consider
that.
it. They consider
consider
it
it
Friday.
Friday?
Yeah.
But this is like the first movie that's ever been premiered on a
Just let
Wednesday.
the
know, it's
multiverse.
bizarre.
Just let the multiverse
Yeah.
happen, dude.
Pizza
Just
Papa,
move
right?
on.
Pizza Papa.
Pizza Papa.
Pizza Papa. All right.
Yeah, what about Quirk Theory?
Yeah. What about the
Look it up. It's interesting.
the helix? What was that helix? That inverted helix, whatever that Tony Stark used to figure out time travel.
Hey, these are the shenanigans talked about.
Oh yeah, we gotta stay on task. We
gotta be taskmasters.
you guys
Come
don't
on.
know, but it's late and we're really tired. But we're gonna do it because we care about you and we care about this. All right. So opening weekend, it made domestically $187 million. just domestically, which is pretty legit. And at this point, a week into it, worldwide, it has already made $507 million. It's already $500 million.
Entertainment 720.
That's crazy. I mean, honestly, the majority of it has to be
From other multiverses.
Yeah, because everyone in every multiverse wants to see Cumberbatch.
Or it's just because it's Mother's Day.
I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch.
That's a good solid choice, too.
Which
It's a Mother's Day movie.
My mom made
your
that
mom went
point.
to go see it. You're right.
Yeah, she's like, this is just
It's
a Mother's
so
Day movie.
so
Because,
weird.
you know,
Clearly a Mother's Day
all
movie.
that.
I mean, it's about
Clearly.
moms.
Yeah, it's about mom.
All about
moms.
moms.
It's about a horrible
She's
mom,
like-
though.
She's like,
That's a horrible mom.
depends on what universe you were in.
You know, you could go to this movie, and at the end of the movie, just be like, "Mom, I'm so glad you're not like Scarlet Witch."
Pretty much.
It's a legit mother movie. Like
It is.
Yeah,
It's
it was on
about
Mother's Day
moms.
weekend.
You're right.
on Mother's Day weekend.
One of my
That's all, guys.
one of my favorite lines. She goes, "I'm not a monster. I'm a mother." It's like,
Yeah. It's like,
oh,
ooh.
oh, she was spooky. All right.
Scary.
So, speaking of people in the movie, this movie was chock full of returners as well as some newbies, which were great. We had Benedict Cumberbatch coming in
Cumberbatch.
as Dr. Stephen Strange, followed by Benedict Wong as Wong.
Benedict Wong.
And then we had Rachel McAdams coming back as Dr. Christine Palmer.
McAdams.
And then we had I always get
Chitwell Okafor.
There you go. Not Okafor. Is it? That's a J in there. Is it really?
Yeah.
Man, thank
the
you for
football
knowing
player.
how to say that. I do not, but I love
It
him
might
as
be
an actor.
here. It's
He's
either
great
Chitwell
in
it's
Tenet.
Okafor or it's Chitwell Ojafor.
All right. Well,
It's close. Either way.
OJ4.
Chitwell, we love you as Baron.
I have loved
Mordo.
him since he
was in
the
Tenet.
villain in
What was he in?
oh my gosh. I want to say Skyfall, and that's not the movie.
Oh,
it's
I can look it up right now.
hit it. It's the
I'll find
movie
it.
for Firefly. It's
Serenity.
Oh,
Serenity.
yeah, you're right.
He was the
He's
villain in
zealot
Serenity. I've loved him ever since then.
Well, you know
Well,
what?
you have a special
I
place
think
for Firefly and Serenity.
I
Love it.
did-
Well, more
Love
Firefly
it.
than Serenity, but
Yes.
I did
Yes.
see that.
Serenity
Obviously,
just
I'm a
closes.
big I'm a Serenity.
I'm a big
I'm
Serenity
a big
guy.
Serenity fan. I'm a big Firefly and Serenity fan. But 12 Years a Slave was where I really like.
Well, yeah. I mean,
loved
that's where
his
he
performance
got.
in there.
That's where he
I
really.
mean, I didn't even
became
realize it was
known.
him in Serenity. That's legit.
Serenity. He's.
Yo,
I
and
mean,
he's good.
you
He's got the
start to
sword,
see
right?
him. Yes.
He's the dude
You
with the
start-
sword.
You see the potential for
Yeah,
him in
man.
Serenity. He's phenomenal.
Super cool. Anyway,
Yep.
so he comes back as well. Michael Stuhlbarg plays Dr. Nick West, the guy that that's like the not as good surgeon in the first Doctor Strange.
For like 13 seconds.
Oh, he's in it for like at the wedding, and then he gets a title card with a face drawing in the
yeah,
credits.
I was very
I don't
surprised by that.
understand.
That's insane.
Whoever his
It's
agent
ridiculous.
is, it needs to get like 1 million raises because that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And then we had some new people come in as well. Well, actually,
Did we? Do we have a few
Did
new
you
people? You forgot a big one.
Well, no. I'm talking about like people outside of the Doctor Strange universe. So, like with the Doctor Strange, those are all the returners from Doctor Strange 1. And now we're going into new people coming in into the Doctor
There's a
Strange
few
world.
new people you better talk about.
I'm going to talk about all of them.
All right.
Spoilers, and more spoilers. Elizabeth Olsen comes in as Wanda Maximoff, and she's joined by Jet Klein and Julian Hilliard, who play her boys from WandaVision. So
boys.
it's cool to see them back as
Yep.
Tommy and Billy from other universes, which is pretty sweet. And then we also have, oh man, I didn't look up her name, Miss Gomez. I'm just going to say because I'm going to butcher it. Who played America Chavez? Yep, you try and pronounce that.
Let me give
Now
it
you're
a
gonna
try.
You want
Let
to
me
try
give it
it?
a try.
Look at that. There it
can't
is, right
see it.
there.
Don't do it.
Oh, that's
Yep. What do you think?
Yachtel
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Miss
Don't know.
Gomez.
or Ouacatl.
Yeah, it could
Like
be.
Oaxacan. That's a
Yeah,
specific region in Mexico.
Okay.
I don't know. It could
Maybe.
be. Well,
And if she's not Mexican, I'm sorry.
she plays America Chavez, who is a newcomer here to the Marvel Universe
I'm gonna look it up how
entirely.
you pronounce it.
Yeah,
There you go.
take a look. See, I don't know, but she was great. I loved her. I thought she was a really
Dude,
great.
can you get to the people
There's nobody
who
else.
we want to
That's
talk
it.
about?
There's no one else.
There's no one. Come on.
All right. So one of the big things that Marvel fans have been waiting for was the Illuminati. I went to go see it again last night with my wife.
Yes.
And they mentioned the word Illuminati, and this dude who's in the theater with us, he must not have like watched anything.
Really?
Because as soon as they said Mordo was like, oh, we're going to the Illuminati. And this dude, what was that?
The computer speaking for him.
I think that was my phone.
Talking?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
It
anyway.
says when I get 30%, it goes more power, baby. But it's or no, it says need more power, baby.
That's not what it sounded like.
Okay.
But it was Siri's voice.
Anyway, so
Need more power, baby.
so they
So
said like,
good.
oh, well, I'll take you to the Illuminati, and this dude in the front row goes, "What?
What?
like as loud as he could." He's like, "What?" And he's like looking around the theater. He's like, he freaked out. I'm like, man, that dude's a fan. So the Illuminati was there. Not everybody was in the Illuminati that is in the comics, but we got a bunch of people in there that we saw, a few of them in the trailers, along with some new ones that we were hoping would be there.
Yes,
and they
sir.
were. So Sir Patrick Stewart.
Sir Patrick Stewart, you better put
Sir
some
Pa-
respect on that man's
done this
name.
twice.
Yeah,
now,
he is.
Gregory.
I know. Well, it's because you know why?
He is a knight
No, I
of
know.
the round table.
But you know, he's so relatable. Like I just think he's like so friendly. Like I feel like I
I was
go up to him
wrong.
and be like, hey, Patty.
XO is pronounced SO, and that Cheetle is pronounced Chi. So it's
Sochi.
Sochi.
Sochi Gomez.
Cool. Thanks.
But I don't know where
Miss
she's
Gomez?
from, so
I don't know.
Can
Anyway,
we? I'm done. John Krasinski
Yeah, he wasn't.
is Mr. Fantastic. Holy cow. We're talking about Scarlet Witch's kids who are in it for 3 seconds. And you are just not getting to John Krasinski is Mr. Fantastic.
No, guys. It was Randall Park. It was Randall Park in there. Randall Park was Mr. Fantastic. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I
Randall Park
can't
was Mr.
with
Fantastic.
you right now. John Krasinski is Mr. Fantastic.
With a glorious beard.
Oh my
glorious,
gosh.
glorious.
Oh my gosh.
stretchy
We
beard.
all can be right in this world.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
Too bad he became string cheese real quick.
well, he did not come prepared. He did not.
He
He
came
did not.
Well, he came with a God complex, which
Yeah,
goes along with the
yeah,
Illuminati. All right,
yeah.
let's finish up
Little bit.
these people. So John Krasinski came in as Reed Richards.
Yep.
Sir Patrick Stewart reprised his role as Professor Charles Xavier,
Yes.
donning the green suit and striped tie, and in that yellow chair.
Brilliant.
Super cool.
Brilliant.
And then we had
Rocked the heck out of another black turtleneck, too.
oh yeah, and then we had Anson Mount as Black Bolt coming in to finally like redeem his, because he wasn't the worst in the ABC series.
Inhumans. Yeah.
He wasn't the worst. He has the presence to be cool as like
Yeah.
a silent dude, and he did a great job in this, and his
Yeah.
performance was fine. And then Haley Atwell came back as Captain Carter, wearing the suit from What If, which was sweet. She also had the jetpack
Brilliant.
from
Brilliant.
her Steve Rogers. Lashana Lynch came back as Monica Rambeau, playing Captain Marvel, because in this universe, apparently she got the raise and not Brie Larson's character, not
Yep.
Carol Danvers. So that was cool. And then last but not least, this is a really big spoiler. So again, if you somehow made it through these and you're like, I'm okay with that, but you don't want the big one. Charlize Theron came in at the very end. She's
Yes.
a huge name. She's got a lot of
Yep.
star power behind her. And she's playing Clea or Clea. We've never really heard it out loud, so I don't really know how to say it. But it's either Clea or Clea. But she is very important. Talked a little bit about with you guys about her before.
Yeah.
She is the relative of Dormammu
I knew it.
from the Dark Dimension,
Yep.
which she opens
Yep.
up a portal at the end of the movie, and you see the Dark Dimension back there.
That's right.
She ends up going against Dormammu in her universe and becomes the Sorceress Supreme of her universe.
BA.
In the comics, she comes to Earth, doesn't know how to do magic on Earth, and learns it from Steven. They become lovers and actually get married. And when Steven dies, she takes over as Sorceress Supreme of Earth.
She here.
So she's here.
She here.
In a not so great purple costume. I
No,
will
it wasn't
say
a good costume at all.
I will
It's all
say
right.
It was rough.
the second time I saw it, it was better.
No, it was rough.
It was,
man.
but it still
It's
had
rough.
some Xena Warrior
Had
Princess
a little
vibes.
They're gonna
Xeno Warrior, for a
smooth
little
it out.
kiss action going on there.
They're
Yeah,
gonna
I get
smooth
the-
it out.
Yeah,
They're
they
gonna
will.
fix it.
She does-
They're
it
gonna
is-
fix it. It's
it
their
is
first
purple,
run
though.
at it.
It is purple, which is Clea is always wearing like some kind of purple accent in
Yeah.
the comics. So that was cool, man. So the cast, great. Money.
Holy cow.
Money, great. Source material is just pretty much anything with the multiverse and tying in, especially with Insurgents and Secret Wars.
Well, and my point here is that it's the show What If that they brought in so many pieces from.
Ooh, we'll talk about that in a minute in our actual review.
Yeah.
So Secret Wars seems to be where this is leading.
Sure hope so.
It looks like it's probably leading toward the more current Secret Wars, though, not the original Secret Wars, because it looks like they're building up to the multiverse and the battle realm being developed, which would be cool. They're both cool. I just hope Spider-Man gets a black suit in the Secret Wars like he does in the comics.
It'll be
cool.
It's going to be interesting the way they play this out.
We'll see. I don't know. You got me.
People got to die.
Well, we talked in the last episode, and you voiced your concerns of the Marvel continuity, and you
Country
got me,
road, take me home.
You got me, Charlie,
to the place.
You got me, Charlie Day.
I belong.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, we'll confuse them why that's being sung.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
I'm really confused. I'm getting a flop sweat over here, man. I don't know. He's got
Getting
me worried.
A flop sweat.
He got me worried that Marvel's going to drop the ball.
I
don't think they will, but I'm a little worried. You can hear my voice. I'm fine. All right.
Fine, everything's fine.
Let's get into our comic review. All right, so comic review, man. We got, a lot of stuff happened in this. What were some of what we can talk about the big things it sets up, and let's start off by what was your best, your most favorite, whoa moment in this movie? And you can't say John Krasinski because we already just
I'm not going to take
fanned over his
I will not
glorious stretchy face.
I'm not going to take any of the big surprise reveals.
Sure.
I'm not going to take that stuff.
Okay.
That stuff was really cool,
Yeah.
but it actually doesn't contribute to a larger overall storyline in this movie other than showcase Scarlet Witch's power. That's all it really
and the vastness of the multiverse.
Right. So
Yeah.
I'm going to set that aside, even though it is absolutely amazing.
So amazing.
John Krasinski, my man, here, that is phenomenal, and we know that that's going to lead to bigger things. But it doesn't actually play into a larger part of this storyline. The piece that I think for me that is so important is the tie-in to WandaVision.
Yeah.
And I've said it on here before. I'm not a big fan of WandaVision, but what I thought they did really well was when Strange goes to seek Wanda's support, her help, her powers to be able to come alongside him and to protect America Chavez. And she is having that conversation with him. They're talking about it, and then Wanda reveals too much.
She says the name, man. She says, why don't you bring America here?
She realizes you never told me the name.
You done messed up.
You know what she could have done, man? She could have just been I can read minds now.
Yeah, she
could
have
have
just
been
easily,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
No problem, man.
Yeah, he probably would have. He probably would have believed it. But it's then the giant reveal that everything that looked beautiful was actually being destroyed by
Earth, man.
her use of
the Darkhold.
Darkhold. And that was the moment for me that I was like,
yeah, Darkhold's got a hold of her.
We got a movie. We got a movie.
And that was in they did not. We talked about this previously, and we were we theorized that Wanda would be the big bad.
Yeah, I was really on the fence that it was going to be her, but
first 5 minutes
was not long,
or 10 minutes
was not long.
It's well, guess what? I just destroyed all of this, and I'm
someone
now
is sending
consumed
demons after this woman.
Yeah,
well, it's me.
Got it.
I'm right here. I'll take that number.
I got my dying fingertips.
Yeah,
that's my mercy.
I did it. Yeah. Oh my word.
Yes.
Yeah. This is me being reasonable.
Yeah.
Yo, she was cold, man.
Her attack.
All of her lines were cold.
She was
the one with Reed Richards
next level,
where she's like, "Is their mother still alive?"
Right.
He's like, "Yes, she is." He's like, "Good, then there'll be someone to raise them."
Yeah.
No.
My word.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that
so good.
I think the thing that I'm just going to outright say, I think it was a brilliant movie. I think it was phenomenal.
So good.
I think it wrapped up the WandaVision storyline very well.
Yes.
Closes that out.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that is really intense about it is she is only doing this. She's doing all that you see in this movie.
Yeah.
Because she wants to be in a universe where she gets to be with her boys.
Right. Right.
Can you imagine if she wanted more?
Right.
Can you imagine the immense power that she has and could be unleashed if she wanted more?
Well, if she wanted not more, but something different.
Yeah, no, she
said it at the
end.
She
says it at the end.
At the end, she said, I was made to rule all
the multiverse.
But I don't want that. I just want my family.
Right. When she is in the temple, like, she says that, and you're like,
oh.
But what I'm saying is that if she wanted more, more to her, there's nothing that's worth more to her than her kid. So it's not necessarily more; it's just something different. I guess something that's worth more
a really
to
good
you.
way of thinking. Yeah.
So to her, she's a mother.
You're right. There's
nothing.
Right. There's nothing that will stand in the way of me and my children.
Right. Do you think that it would still been? I mean, I think she probably would have. But do you think that if Steven would have given her America at the very beginning, would she just have gone away?
I think so. Yeah.
I honestly believe that she would have. Yeah.
Here's the problem.
She might have wreaked havoc on another universe.
No, it doesn't matter because she would have created.
She would have,
the anomaly by living in the other universe.
Yeah, and then there would have been a convergence. Yeah.
No, it's not convergence. I was thinking of the word. It started with an I. It was invert in something in. Oh, crap, what's the word? Start with an I.
Hold on.
It's not insurgents.
No.
It's
It might have been insurgents.
Incursion.
She would have created an incursion.
She would have lived there for too long. Just like when Steven was exploring the other universe, he created the Illuminati. Steven, he destroyed that universe by staying there. So she would, but I think she honestly wouldn't have meant to do that. I think she honestly just would have gone away.
I don't think she would have cared either.
Right. Oh no, she would have just.
The problem
as it was breaking down, she would have just grabbed her boys and jumped to another one.
Exactly.
And waited for it to happen there.
Yep, because she had the power then at that point.
Right. She would have been able to jump. But I mean,
her point wasn't just to be with her boys. It was to protect them from everything too.
Right.
Her point was if they ever got sick, I could go and find a cure. Like there's always a way for me to be with my boys and protect them.
But when she made that offer to Steven didn't know about incursions.
No.
So so I'm saying is like if he would have just given her America, she probably would have left. And like and we might have never known because who knows if it would affect our universe, that she would have left to some other.
Well, I mean,
how would you know if that other multiverse blew up? You would never know.
Because at some point she's probably she would be destroying, like she would jump from
if she ever came back to our universe,
she would create an incursion.
Her kids would create the incursion.
Her kids would,
because she'd be back into her regular.
Yep.
Man, that's crazy. All right, Harry, what about you? What was like your biggest moment?
To be completely honest, I was a little underwhelmed by this movie. Yeah, I know. It was a good movie.
See it again.
It was a good movie. They did a lot of they did a lot of fan service.
I'm really surprised.
100%. But
you can have that opinion. You can be wrong, but you can have it.
How's it feel?
It feels good. Feels good to wear it right. Yeah.
I value your opinion, Harry.
I just don't think that this movie brought enough to the table as they said it was going to.
I agree with that.
So the only thing that's redeeming, the only thing, and actually my sister Abby brought it up too, is that she's
shout out Abs.
Yeah, shout out Abs. Why? She's like, why can Doctor Strange at the end of the movie have the third eye, so the eye of enlightenment, right? So that does he got that because of the Darkhold, right? The use of the Darkhold, which is just the other Strange got, and that's why he's all like, whatever.
Right.
But and Wanda says it, and we saw it in the trailer and everything. Why are the things I do when I do it, I'm a villain, and you do it, you're a hero.
Yeah.
So it's kind of playing to that point is so he now has the eye of enlightenment,
right?
And so he's been enlightened, quote unquote, by the Darkhold, and it's like, what? Is he going to now have a skewed view on things going through this, or is it?
I think it's a curse.
Right. So
that's his thought. That's his thought.
So that's the only thing that's kind of piquing my interest. So it's not necessarily something that
and Clea
necessarily right. Something that necessarily didn't happen or did happen in the movie, but what they could do with it. But the movie itself as a standalone movie, it could be it was, but as just a standalone movie out of the MCU, it was a good movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the movie for a movie aspect, but to play on to what you were talking about in the last episode, I don't. Besides the part with Clea, I don't think it brought enough to the table. Like America Chavez,
America, she's big.
but
she's
she's not okay. She's like her powers are big, but she's not big.
No.
So here's the thing.
I think that's
your
like
point.
That's
correct me if I'm wrong.
Avengers.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but your point is there's all these different strands that are out there right now in the Marvel universe that have been introduced.
Are they going to bring
Multiverse was supposed to, at least from everything we understood, bring a lot of those things together.
A couple of them.
Bring me 3.
Right.
But all that this really did.
We thought that Xavier was going to like tie in all the mutants and everything. Does that mean it can't? No. But does that mean it confirmed it? Also,
what this did, all this did was solve one of those strands and open
a few more,
4 or 5 more.
Yeah. Now, one thing Logan
so
and I
the
were
madness
talking about
begins.
This.
Yes.
Right, well,
more madness.
Apropos.
But is it though?
Is it? This is what I'm saying.
Well, again, I'm not going to judge it until the phase is over. Like, I'm going to see. I'm going to ride it out.
Buckle up for 6 more years, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
this phase, by the way, just because we're talking about phases,
real quick, how many do you think it is? You're wrong. It's more than that.
You have to be aware. The first phase, phase 1, 6 movies.
6 movies.
Second phase, 6 movies.
6 movies.
Third phase, 11 movies. This is phase 4. There, between the TV shows and movies, going to be 17.
Figures better.
17 TV shows and movies in this phase.
Yeah.
That is 2 phases in our previous runs.
Yeah.
That is insane. There's too much happening, and I'm getting you. I'm reeling in Harry here because I'm saying the same thing. This movie.
We'll find out.
I was saving it for this.
I love this movie.
Yeah.
I love this movie. Don't get me wrong, but it didn't do what we had hoped for it to do.
It did a lot of fan service.
It did,
which is about 30% of what we wanted, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But it didn't do its job. You didn't do your job.
Do your job.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it didn't do the job to the extent that we were hoping it would.
Sure.
So it did do some things. It just didn't do as much
money,
as we
so
were
I guess
hoping
it technically did its job.
A whole lot of money.
One thing that Logan and I were talking about Xavier and mutants is that one, it proves that mutants exist in the multiverse. So like we've got that, which is good. I know that's small, but what we were saying is maybe what happens here is that
real quick, the problem I have about everyone using that term in this universe is Spider-Man's a mutant. 100%. There's no argument there.
Yes.
He's a mutant.
So depending on which comic book,
something happened to his body which mutated his genes, thus mutant.
Well,
yes,
but he's not born with
the mutant.
It's
gene.
something.
That's that's the only clarification.
Right,
he's not born with the mutant gene.
So he was not born. Wolverine was born a mutant.
He was born a mutant,
but then he had things done to his body.
Right.
Yes, but he was a mutant already.
He had the same claws.
He had regenerative,
And he had the same claws.
And he had claws, dude. He had bone claws.
I know he had bone claws, but what I'm saying is like they were terrible. Look at Sabretooth. Sabretooth sucks.
No, he's not. He's pretty good. Here's the thing. Wolverine's been around since creation.
In the movies.
Yes, agreed. In the comics,
Sabretooth in the comics is awesome.
But here's the deal.
Wolverine.
Here's the deal.
He's not Wolverine.
Spider-Man is not a mutant. He's been mutated, but he's not a mutant. Mutants are they're.
Did you call Ryan Reynolds a mutant?
No.
Or not Deadpool.
Yes. Say outright Ryan Reynolds is
not a mutant. Yes, I would, because the only reason why he survived Deadpool, because he survived the treatments because of his mutant ability.
But Ryan Reynolds is not a mutant.
This is a moot point. Well, is he? Is he not?
He's Canadian.
He could be. They're pretty much.
Do we know anything about the Canadians besides that they're nice?
They are. They're nice.
That's their mutant power.
And a lot of them are really good looking, apparently, because there's been quite a few Canadian sexiest man alive and stuff like that. There's that. So maybe it's the mutant powers. I don't know. Anyway, the point is maybe this run-in with Professor X, it makes Steven want to look for the Professor X in our universe, but he's still really young and he hasn't started the school yet, and that's why the X-Men haven't been apart. You know what I mean? Because who knows? It could come later. Anyway, I know
bit of a grab.
I know it did. No, I know. We were just theorizing.
The other point that was made in that scene, actually slightly before, is that although there are similarities between the
fingers,
the people in the different universes,
Mm-hmm.
they're not exactly the same.
Right.
And so that's important to be aware of.
Yeah.
Like they
Right.
will exist, but they may look slightly different. And
Right.
so
Yeah,
like, for
yeah.
example, this was my debate with Greg afterwards, was like the Spider-Men look drastically different. Like
Right.
they look drastically different and all come
Toby
from
and
different
Andrew
universes.
and
So they're gonna bring in like
Tom.
a random person as Xavier. Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm
well,
not saying
yeah,
that.
probably because they'll be younger. They
Well,
could bring in James McAvoy. He doesn't look
They
just like Patrick
could.
Stewart.
They could. But my point that goes along with this is like the people between those two universes are about what looked like it was like a 96%
Right.
match.
They were really similar.
So they may look slightly different, but those two universes, which are the ones with the Illuminati universe,
616
and
and
are
87.
8-3 something. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Are
616 is us.
very similar. So
Yes.
we're going to see a John Krasinski that looks
Right.
very similar to the Reed Richards. That's going to look very similar to the Reed Richards
Right.
in
Probably
ours.
just no beard.
No beard.
Right.
Probably no beard.
No beard. No beard. Patrick Stewart can walk maybe. Maybe he's going to walk. Probably not.
They
It's probably
really
I
not.
know if
hope
they did.
not.
Maybe he's going to have hair.
Can't do that.
Don't
I'm
do
just
that. Maybe he's just gonna be James McAvoy.
Maybe he's just no, because that would be too far off. That'd be too far off. It's not a 96%
Yeah.
match then.
Yeah, but
Well,
do we
Then-
know that
then
it's?
this is going to be
that-
that's
do we
gonna
know
be
that
the
that's the
problem.
algorithm though for the
Well,
universes?
Mordo,
I'm just
no,
saying,
but
yeah.
Mordo,
No.
Mordo looked exactly like Mordo.
I know.
Yeah.
And Strange was always exactly like
Mordo.
Strange.
Looks
isn't it?
like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the
Is
people, the
like
people we
the
saw,
people we have seen between
looked the
those
same.
two universes
Yeah.
look almost exactly the same.
You know, what my favorite part of the movie was?
what was your favorite?
What was your favorite part?
The
didn't
pizza
say.
balls guy.
Pizza balls guy.
What's
Oh,
his-
yeah,
what's
Bruce
that?
Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
Yeah,
Bruce.
he was
Pizza Poppa.
Pizza Poppa. He was Ash from
Yeah.
Evil Dead.
Evil
Yeah.
Dead
in
man.
this movie because he got a cursed hand, just
Yep.
like Ash. I love
Yeah.
that. I love that whole. I mean, Sam
It's
Raimi always,
over.
he always puts Bruce Campbell in his movies, which is it's like Michael Rooker for James Gunn movies.
Yeah.
What was yours?
Man, it's really hard because there were so many different things. But I'm gonna say like coolest, like spectacle, like when it was like, oh, that's amazing, would be when he reined in the demons and made it into a cloak.
I was
Okay.
thinking that exact
That
same
cloak
thing. That's
was like
awesome.
the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
How they're all the hands are like grabbing him and like holding
Yeah.
on to him, and then they create the flight. That was probably my coolest like visual.
Yeah.
My coolest like comic book nerd like I'm
Thing.
so
Moment.
excited for this
Yeah.
is the fact that Reed Richards admitted he has children, which means Franklin Richards exists and Valeria Richards exists, and they
In one of the universes.
at least in that universe.
At least in that universe, yeah.
And I mean, Franklin Richard is the biggest villain Marvel has ever known. I mean, he literally made Galactus his herald.
Yeah.
Like that's the most BA thing in the world.
Yeah.
You
You can't get anything tougher than
yeah,
that.
he's a
That's-
reality altering, physical shape altering being of incredible power. Valeria had no powers, but she was super smart.
Can we just
Stinks.
we should
Poor
say
Valeria.
like, Reed Richards probably shouldn't have kids.
Yeah, probably
Probably
not.
Yeah, he should just not.
But it was cool to
Have
be like
offspring.
to be he volunteers the fact that like yeah sure we know Sue Storm exists, you know, we know that's fine, but like the fact not all comic runs have his kids,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that he mentions his kids, the fact that we've had Agatha Harkness introduced who becomes the grandmother figure for his kids in the comics is
Right.
like there are pieces there to make me hope that eventually we could have a Franklin Richards,
Wow,
which
that'd be huge.
if they end up doing like an Earth X or a Paradise X like run, Franklin Richards ends up hiding and turning himself into Galactus and becoming the very thing his father hated in order to hide.
Yeah.
And like that would be such a cool storyline to run down. And it could be possible. Like so like my little nerd heart like blew up when I heard that.
Hey, and that's
Grew 3 sizes.
I'm glad that you could pull
time.
that tiny thread and
Oh,
get a
yeah.
whole entire shirt out of it. But I mean, listen, like that's
That's what we do, man.
Right,
That's what
that's
we do. It's called
great.
movie magic.
but
There's too many other threads, man.
No, that was no,
Dude,
no.
we've
no.
got a quilt
I am not
we're working on right
expecting-
now.
listen, I
We've
am
got
not-
a full-blown
full-on
I am
snuggie.
tapestry.
I am not expecting Franklin Richards to be something. I just think it's cool to know that
Yeah.
that they
Yeah,
were
he's
like
there.
they mentioned him. Like
Yeah.
he's like he exists
Yeah.
somewhere out there. That's cool as a comic book fan.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they don't ever do anything with Franklin Richards, that's fine. But just neat to know that not only is Reedus out there, but his kids are too. And like that's cool. In some universe, we've got that happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Just cool.
On all of that, like everything about this movie was made better by the Illuminati reveals.
Yeah.
Like, it was so much cooler.
That was like one of the greatest parts of the movie.
Right.
Yeah. Illuminati.
When they all came in and then they like, oh, one more member.
Right.
And they play the 90s X-Men theme. It
was
he comes in.
phenomenal.
Also, Danny Elfman as soundtrack dude? As composer,
just in
soundtrack
general,
dude.
John Krasinski, you're a great actor because I saw an interview with you, and I know that you're not listening to this, but if you are, I saw an interview with him like 2 weeks before this movie, and he's just like, he's like, Feige, we trust. I would love to do something with Marvel. Honestly, they haven't reached out to me, but like, he's like, I've always been a fan of Marvel, especially with the MCU currently. He's just like, it would be honestly a dream come true. But he's like, I don't know who, like, I know that everyone says like Mr. Fantastic, whatever, but he's like, honestly, I'd be honored to do whatever. He's like, I just want to be like, I'll just be in it. I love comics. I've always grew up with comics. He's like, so like, no, nothing yet, but, and he dead faced. I was like, this dude. This dude.
That cuts even deeper because he's one of our 67 subscribers. I mean,
Clearly.
He's one of them.
He didn't reach out to us.
And he didn't even tell us. What a bum.
You didn't get my...
He didn't reach out to us?
Reach
out?
Come on.
That's a bit of a reach.
Oh, he got you back.
Well played.
Well played,
sir. Well done.
Oh, man.
Tossed it right
the
back
elasticity
in my face.
of this conversation is just incredible.
Shut up.
All right.
You're done.
Turn it off.
So we talked about being somewhat disappointed with not getting as much as we wanted because we did want this to tie up more than it did.
Just a little bit.
We did. Okay.
Just wanted like a little square knot.
I would have wanted it to like pull some things together more than it actually then made more stuff.
Sure.
Right. We just wanted to. We want to come out of flush.
Yeah. Just
at least
just give it a flush.
Well, but it is the madness.
So two things else come out.
It's fine. So pushing those things aside that we didn't get, let's talk about what we did get. Yeah, what did we get? What are some things that are coming up that we're excited for that like it's moving? Did you say trash?
No, I said that's a great question.
No, I think the thing that solved for me
what did we get that was like that's cool, that's coming up?
Wanda's not really in the picture anymore. We're done.
They had to do it.
Yeah.
She was way too freaking powerful.
Probably not, but
I would say I would say yes. You know why?
You think she's dead?
I think she's dead. Well,
I don't think she's dead.
Our universe is Wanda's dead. Maybe someone in the other multiverse. I think she is. You
Marvel
know why?
Doesn't kill anybody, dude.
No, they do sometimes.
No, they don't.
Unless the actor wants to be done, and then they're like, okay,
sure,
we'll pay you off.
Here's why I think she's actually dead. Two things. One, they made her too powerful. There's nobody who can beat her.
Yeah,
now.
there was nobody who was going to beat her.
She had to be the
herself.
one. Yeah. Either she had to turn out to be a good guy, which would have sucked.
Yep.
Or like if she would have been like, oh, never mind, I'm an Avenger again.
Yeah.
Like that would have sucked, but that's one way to get out of it. Or she has to die, and there's no one currently in the MCU that could actually defeat her.
No.
So like she had to, this is how it had to go. And so I think she's gone because they kind of wrote her into a corner where it's like her arc is now done. And I think it's a good way to end the arc. Like I think it's a beautiful way because in her last effort, she sacrificed herself to take out the Darkhold in every universe.
Yeah,
like,
I'm good. I'm good with
it's
her.
a good way to end her.
I agree.
But
I don't know if they're going to let her rest. Let her rest, Marvel.
They're not going to.
Rest.
I think they will. I think she might come back in maybe some what if episodes, like from other multiverses. I think she's gone. You don't think she's gone?
I agree with you, and I hope
you hope she's gone. I think she's gone. I think she's actually gone. All right, so Wanda's gone. So that was a cool end to that arc. That was something good we got out of this. We kind of cleared that road. Because honestly, if she was around and she came back to the good side, she'd beat Kang. Or if she was around and she stayed on the bad side, Kang would use her and we'd all lose.
Yeah.
So she had to go somewhere. Maybe she'll wake up with amnesia.
Well, and the reality is she was so powerful. Let's say she was a good guy, right?
Sure.
Let's call her a good guy. Like the second Kang shows up, he's demolished by her.
Yeah,
like,
string cheese.
It's like there's just like it wouldn't have even mattered.
Yeah.
Like her power is so great at that point that like there is no villain then. Yeah. Like
do you think so though? Do you think she's that powerful?
100%. She destroyed the Illuminati.
She destroyed the Illuminati without even breaking a sweat, using somebody else's body. Like that. That Wanda wasn't even her full power.
Walking.
Yeah. And plus, man, she took out not even has no difficulty. The Master of the Mystic Arts and the Sorcerer Supreme, like both of them, like she had Strange and
but what about
Wong
now with
them.
Strange having the knowledge and the
I don't think
enlightenment
so.
of the Dark
She had
Hold?
it too.
No.
She had the Darkhold enlightenment.
No,
I don't
I'm
think,
sorry.
man, she was too powerful. They made her OP.
Think about it. Just think about this. When she was restrained as an Avenger,
Right.
when she lost vision,
Right.
they were clear. The directors were clear.
Yeah.
She was the only one who could have taken Thanos by herself and would have
No, I know.
had he not rained Hellfire.
But
from there,
Yeah,
she
she didn't
has
have the glove,
only
but-
advanced exponentially.
Yeah.
I know, but I think we're just. I agree. In that movie, she was the strongest person, but as of now,
I can't.
I
Who
don't
else
know.
in the MCU could beat
There's
her?
gotta
Though?
be
That's what
someone.
I'm thinking. Like at this
Not even
point,
in the MC. I'm
Maybe-
literally Galactus.
Yeah. Yeah. Galactus probably could. A Celestial
Phoenix.
probably could beat her. You know what? In the MCU, Phoenix. In the MCU, Star-Lord could have if he was still a Celestial, but he gave that up. Like if he
Right.
still had his half Celestial, he could probably beat her.
Ego.
But they gave that up.
Ego.
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
like in the statistics of power, like, can we measure her power up against Doctor Strange with enlightenment? Like, I don't know. Like,
Yes.
she is literally the prophesied being to rule the entire multiverse. Like,
Right.
so that power is untapped. I don't know.
what is
It's a cool ending. Is it what?
what is her power?
Chaos magic.
Chaos magic.
It's literally,
I know, but like,
it's uncontrolled witchcraft. Like there's regular witchcraft,
is
which were
no
the covens.
There
I
is
know
no
what
limit.
it is, but I mean, like
Yeah.
what, like, let's reference Pokemon.
Ooh, Pokemon.
We know, like, okay, you can't, if you're fighting
So
a fire,
what's
you
her
want to fight with
antithesis?
this one. Yeah, like what it.
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't.
Chaos
But there's
magic.
there's
is
no one in any, especially in the Marvel universe. There's always
like,
someone.
so you're talking about
There's
in the
always
comics?
someone else.
So
Yeah,
in the
There's always
comics-
someone that can combat someone
Phoenix.
else.
Oh, you know what?
Phoenix.
You know,
Telekinesis.
you know who might? Nah, well, maybe at her biggest. You know who might? Adam Warlock might. Adam Warlock might, and they're bringing him into
Maybe.
Guardians
They're
3.
bringing him in Guardians.
Yeah, he might be able to. Yeah.
But I
that's
think she
gonna be a
comes
rough
back.
one.
She's not going to be
Yeah,
coming
maybe.
back as a villain. I don't think.
Adam
she-
Warlock. Is
Right,
gonna
she'd
be a
probably
rough one.
come back as a good guy if she came back. But but the thing is, the way they wrote her in WandaVision and in this, like, I don't think she
Let
wants.
her rest.
She doesn't
That's
want
fine,
it. Like,
yeah,
I don't
let
think
her
she
rest.
wants to come back.
Let
That's
her
fine.
rest.
Yeah.
Let her
So,
be dead.
Anything else though
Yeah.
that really tied anything up or?
No.
Well, okay. Well, there were a few little things. So, we mentioned them already. We're just gonna put them all in one spot. So, America Chavez giving them the ability to transverse the multiverse. So, like, that's one thing that's good because that gives us a tool
we
against
said it
Kang.
was good, but that didn't tie anything up. That made it worse.
Well, no,
Yeah.
it just gives us a tool against Kang. So there's like now we have something that we
And
can
we
use
now have
to
another
travel.
introduced
It's Charlie's.
like
Sure.
superpower.
And then Charlize
person.
Theron, Clea. Clea is important because she's going to be
And
instrumental.
another introduced
Yeah.
superpower person.
Right. But I know we're just we're not talking about we're talking about good things
This
that
is,
came from the
this
end of
is
it.
effing Hydra, dude.
Yeah.
You kill one,
and another one.
and two
two
more,
more take its place.
take its place.
Wanda's dead. We get America and Clea.
This is
Yeah.
insanity.
One thing that I really appreciated that isn't necessarily like it will be a story pushing forward moment, but it's more character pushing forward of Strange because Strange grew a lot in this movie, right?
Yeah.
We see a lot of his
He
growth.
did. He did.
His humility has grown. He bows to Wong symbolically at the end of the movie, which is just kind of like a symbol of how much he grew in the movie,
and respects Wong.
right? But America mentions at one point that he is different than all the other strangers she's met, right? Like there's something different about him. You need to trust him, right? And my wife and I were talking about like why, like what is so different about him? And one of the things we noticed was that in the other universes that she was a part of, right? So Strange is known for one thing in every universe, and it's the thing that the Illuminati were afraid of, which is breaking the natural law, right? He does it all the time. That's what Mordo in our universe, that's why he turned to killing magicians or sorcerers, because they were like Steven, breaking the natural law. He freaking necromances his own body, dreamwalking, flies up. Wong goes, I don't even want to know. Right. And he comes walking in like he breaks the natural law all the time. Illuminati Strange broke the natural law. And in doing so, he destroyed a multiverse. Right. Defender Strange breaks natural law by trying to rip the power out of America.
Right.
Right. Our Steven, though, so we look at those two reasons. Defender Strange did it so that he could win, so that he could be the one to control the situation. Illuminati Strange did it so that he could find a way to stop Thanos. He left the group instead of working together and tried to find his own way to defeat Thanos.
Because he had to hold the knife.
Right? Our Steven, though, if you look at all the times that he broke natural law, the first movie, he did it to save others at the detriment of himself. He put himself into infinite death with Dormammu. That's not putting himself as the hero. That's him dying forever.
Right.
The chance of it, anyway. In this movie, he literally let America do what she needed to do, and he did this to save her and set her up for success, not himself. And so this is how he's different.
He gave the time stone.
Yes.
Right.
And he knew he would be dusted.
He knew he'd be dusted.
And
instead of trying to fight.
That the knife would essentially be in Tony's hands.
Right. So our Steven also is just like all the other Stevens, where he breaks natural law, but he does so instead of for his own glory, he does so to set other people up for success. So it's like, that's really cool.
It's really good
character growth that we're seeing in Steven now, and he's realizing that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call that as a character growth so much as it's a character trait. Like that
or
is a
us understanding his character.
us understanding him more deeply.
Well, in the first movie, he was an arrogant piece of crap when he started.
Right.
And then he built into the Dormammu sacrifice, and now he's building even more into.
Right, but his inclination is inklings. His inclination is to like not have the knife in his hand now.
Right, exactly.
Whereas that was never a part of theirs.
Right, exactly. The other Strangers never grew out of that.
I like it.
It's cool. It's cool. I love Steven. I love
Strange.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
And I think Benedict is a great actor for him.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you wanted to give like a rating. What do you think?
I mean,
how do you want to rate it?
A 1 to 10.
1 to 10. 1 being Pizza Poppa, 10 being Sorcerer Supreme.
1 being Iron Man 3.
No, 1 being which one's worse, Iron Man 3 or Black Widow?
Iron Man 3.
Or Eternals. Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 is
Eternals. Iron Man 3. That's a tough one.
Iron Man 3 is more egregious to comic source material than
most
egregious.
Eternals. It's the most egregious to comic source material.
All right, so
what about Black Widow?
Black Widow wasn't against source material.
Not against source material. That actually came pretty much.
Except for Taskmaster. That was the
whole
difference.
entire villain. Yeah,
Taskmaster was wrong. Well, okay, so 1 is Iron Man 3. What's 10?
But I mean, like, she actually had a run.
10 is Thor Ragnarok.
All right, cool. I like that. Thor Ragnarok's legit.
Endgame.
Thor Love and Thunder. Boom, boom.
See, some people I know that I would say Endgame, but like some people are like, oh, it should have been one movie, Infinity War, Endgame. But whatever.
Yeah. We'll do Ragnarok. That's fine. All right. So what will you get?
Ragnarok, Endgame level. I give it a solid, and I was floating in between 2, but I'm a solid 7. Not 7.5.
Okay. Yeah.
Not 6.5.
Okay. A solid 7.
Because a standalone movie, it's a good standalone movie, but it didn't do its job.
Didn't do it for you. All right.
Didn't do its job.
All right. 7. Thank you, Lloyd.
And this is not. I know you guys are prone to the pass fail,
right.
A B C D E Fs.
No, I'm gonna give it
your education careers. I'm talking like 5. 5 is like a Captain America. Like 5.
Like First Avengers.
Yeah. First Avengers. Like, it's a good movie, but it didn't really, character development.
Set it up.
It was character development.
I'm gonna give it a little bit of a bump to a 7.5.
Okay.
And the reason
I can respect that. That's what I was floating in between 7.5 and 7.
I'm gonna say a 7.5. My big reason is how many movies actually cast the person that everyone clamors for them to cast in the role.
That's why I got a 7. Yeah.
And, that's why, like, John Krasinski actually being cast as Reed Richards.
Thank you, Twitter.
Yeah.
That's my 7.5.
Okay.
And it might be a little bit, it might be a fan service bump, but I'm giving it to
It's a half point. We allow it.
Yeah.
It's allowed. Make it so.
I mean, I always go higher than
9.5.
No, sorry. I'm gonna say a 9. I told you
9.
I told both of you. You shouldn't be surprised about this. I told you it's in my top 5 Marvel movies.
I know.
It's in my top
My
5
mom,
movies.
my
Mine's up there.
My mom,
but
after she saw it, she's like, and one of the guys said it was their favorite movie ever. I was like, whoa, Mom, I don't think about that.
Nobody
But
said that.
I said maybe top 5. I think it was Greg.
Top
It's
five.
top 5. Here's the
I
deal.
mean, mine's up there. It's up there for me, but
Yeah,
it's not. I don't know if it's
I
top
don't even
5.
know.
My
I
top
could
5.
probably knock out 5.
It's in my top 5,
Too
but here's
easy.
the deal. Here's the thing. Here's why.
Eternals. Howard the Duck.
Number 1. Not even in the MCU.
Moon Knight.
I'm gonna say it's a 9. Here's for various
Hear me
reasons.
out.
For various hear me out. For various reasons. One, Stephen Strange is one of my favorite MCU characters,
That's
or
fine.
Marvel characters in general, not just MCU. I love the Marvel character of Stephen Strange. He's just wonderful. I love magicians. I love like sorcerers stuff. It's super cool. So I really love him as a character. Benedict Cumberbatch is like the perfect casting for him. He's just so great. So I really like that. 2, I am a huge Sam Raimi fan. Like a huge Sam Raimi fan. I love his movies. I love the way he created a new genre of horror back in the 90s and the 80s. Like, fantastic director. And this just screamed his style. And I loved that. I love seeing his style be in a superhero movie. And then I thought, like, I liked the way, I don't think I was as anticipating as many things cleared up as you guys were. I think I was balancing a little bit more onto the Ant-Man movie. And so, like, I didn't feel as disappointed. So I loved it. And visually, as an artist, as a visual artist, like, it was one of the most beautiful MCU movies I've seen. Like, the character, the monster designs, the tentacle creature, like, the Gargantos was super cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
All the spells were really cool. Danny Elfman's one of my favorite composers. Like, it hit all the marks for me.
Yeah.
Like,
We're gonna
as
start,
a
we're gonna
personal
start
person.
grading you on a curve.
Yeah.
We're gonna
That's
start
fine.
grading
1
you on
to
a curve.
7.
That's fine. Yeah, I'd say that.
The
But
only
here's
thing I
the
have to
especially if Ragnarok is 10, like, I think I like it better than I liked Ragnarok.
Okay, that's
personally.
fine. But the thing is, you can have a wrong opinion, but that's fine.
Yeah.
The one thing I would have to say about like the tying together thing,
Yes.
is I'm not looking for completion. I'm
Yes.
not looking for like the WandaVision
I was.
completion. I can accept things if they're supporting the strands.
I would have been
If
with
they're
you on that.
supporting
Yeah,
the
I would've
strands,
been
making
better with
thicker
it.
strands,
Yeah.
that's fine.
We're building rope.
Give me a
here.
little bit.
We're building
Yeah.
rope.
But they just made
or
more.
fiber optic cable.
They made
Right.
more.
We're
Exactly.
twisting
Yes.
them
Give me
together.
some double helixes,
Yeah,
please.
thank you. Thank
Yes.
you.
But that's the thing is they didn't even support those
No,
strands.
I agree
Yeah.
with you on
Yeah.
that.
And
That
that's
is-
the
that is a
part that
big
I'm just
hurt.
like,
It's a big hurt.
listen, I'm not Greg and I'm not you. But what I'm saying is, it's like, you
goodness.
got to give me something to work with
It's a little
here.
more.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I got
So
you.
that's all I have
You
to
had,
say.
you had a lower
I
rating.
getcha.
Yeah, I'm with you though. I hear you as
Yeah.
that's the big
That's
issue
fine.
for me too.
Can I end it on a fun fact?
Sure. Yeah.
Fun fact? Yeah. I don't know. He doesn't look like he wants a fun fact.
The more you know.
No, you
What
actually,
is
you're going
it?
to like this one.
What is it?
So Benedict Cumberbatch was offered an MCU role prior to
Oh,
Doctor
yeah.
Strange, and he turned it down.
What was it?
Do you know what it was?
I
If you
know
do,
it was-
don't say
yeah.
it.
Oh wait.
You wanna guess?
I feel
What do
like
you think it
I
was?
feel like
I don't know how to, I
actually
forget how to
know this.
pronounce it, but I know the character.
Then I know you know who it is because
Yeah.
that's exactly right.
That's a little clue.
You're not.
Heimdall.
No, that's a good guess. Right
That's a good
franchise.
Right franchise.
He was asked to play Malekith, the dark elf in Thor 2.
Oh, I did know that.
Mhm.
I did
And
hear
he
about
turned
that.
it,
Yeah.
He turned it down and literally told them, "I want something a little better."
He would.
Good move. Good move.
And then they
One-
asked him,
Brilliant strategy.
One-
One,
yeah,
one
man.
that's a good move. But
That's gutsy,
what I will
man.
say is that him as a Malekith would have
he would've been
great.
yeah, he
Oh
would've
yeah,
been
he would have
as
been really
Would
good.
have made the movie better? Probably not.
Probably
No,
not.
no, the
No,
writing
no.
didn't make
No.
that movie.
Right.
That was the problem.
Well, that's the problem.
But
all
you
the
gotta have-
problems with any movie in the MCU is the writing.
Sure.
It's
Right.
not the
Or
characters.
the visuals.
It's not
or
the visuals. It's not the money being put in. No,
Yeah.
not enough money. No, it's the writing.
You gotta have guts to go to Big Man Kev and be like, I'd like something a little better.
Yeah.
Because like that could be it. You could never be in another. You could be like, all right, never mind, and never pick you again.
Yeah.
Yep.
But hey, thank goodness.
Or
he
you could be
picked
like
him
Chris
for Doctor
Evans and get
Strange.
picked twice.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. If you guys like this, go back and check out our channel. We do reviews on all the new movies coming out when it comes to comic books and TV shows and all different kinds of things. So we will see you guys on our next comic review. Like and subscribe. This is the Legion of Comic Correction.